Hello Yu-Gi-Oh players, how are you today? Today we're going to talk about 6 plays a Yu-Gi-Oh player could make. The first play a Yu-Gi-Oh player could make is called the setup play. Every deck has its setup play. Setup plays are normally done on a player's first turn, but a setup play could happen anytime during the game since you may not draw into the cards you need to make a setup play. Another name for the setup play is called a normal play. Here are 2 examples. If you are playing an agent deck, the setup play would be to summon Venus, activate its effect, and special summon 2 to 3 Mystic Shine Balls from your deck. Next, overlay for a rank 2, gotchi. For Dragon Rulers, a decent setup play would be to discard Stream and another Dragon Ruler and special summon Title from the deck. Then special summon another level 7 Dragon Ruler besides the one you discarded by banishing the 2 dragons from your grave. Then you would activate the remove Dragon Ruler's effect and add a dragon to your hand. In this case it was Tempest, so I would add a Wind Dragon to my hand. Next I would overlay for a Draco Sack and use this effect and get 2 tokens. A setup play is the most typical play any deck would make. The next type of play is called the damage play. My opponent has no face down spell or traps and no monsters on the field in this example. I have one monster with 2000 attack and summons another monster with 2000 attack. If both my attacks go through, my opponent will take 4000 total damage, but instead I'm going to overlay for Utopia and attack for 2500. The question is, was that the best play for the situation or just stupid? Why would a Yu-Gi-Oh player do that? It is because they do not always think about the plays they are going to make. I could have gone for max damage, which is 4000. The damage play is simply making a move that will deal the most damage this turn to your opponent. The safe play. If you are afraid to make a damage play because you think your opponent has something to stop you, you can make a safe play, overlaying 2 tour guides for the mains and attacking for 1500 instead of 2000. If my opponent has Bottomless or Mirror Force, the mains would protect itself. I could summon 2 monsters instead of 3, so next turn I can have an option of making a comeback. The control play. The control play is the most common play in Yu-Gi-Oh! A control play is simply limiting your opponent from using certain cards. Using a mystical space typhoon to destroy a continuous spell or continuous trap card. Or face down unused spell or trap card so they become useless. Using counter cards such as Solemn Judgment. Or even Starlight Roll, even though it's not a counter trap card, it is still used to counter certain types of effects. Hand traps. Monsters that take control of other cards. Activate in response to damage, or activate in response to an effect activating. Inherent control monsters. These monsters prevent summons, activations of spell and traps, or monster effects, destroy cards, or banish or take control of other monsters. Inherent control monsters must be summoned to the field. The situational play. A situational play, in a very general way, is simply getting out of a situation by making an uncommon move for any particular deck. Not all decks have the ability to make situational plays. Situational plays could also be the hope to get to a certain card. You are about to lose, and your opponent attacks. You have Reckless Greed face down and activate it in response to the attack. Out of luck, you draw into a Gores or Tragodia. Sometimes our extra deck doesn't allow us to go for a situational play. Some common situational monsters that people use in the extra deck are number 61, Gaga Cowboy, Black Shippercorn, Scrap Dragon, Arcanite Magician, and Crimson Blader. Your deck normally wouldn't go into a Gaga Cowboy on the first turn, or a Black Shippercorn on the first turn, or an Arcanite Magician. But in the right situation, you needed Arcanite Magician and was able to make it. You needed Black Shippercorn and you were able to make it and it won you the game. Your opponent has 800 life points or less and you special summon Gaga Cowboy, use this effect, for game. The last play is called the just cuz play. Yes, I made that up. You are winning the duel, and all you need to do is attack with one monster for game. But instead, you summon 5 monsters, draw 8 cards, check your phone, look at your mom, kiss your girlfriend, then attack. It is very unnecessary, dude. Do not do that. If you would like to add anything to this topic of the types of plays Yu-Gi-Oh players could make, leave a comment. Thanks everyone for tuning in. This is your Yu-Gi-Oh channel, and I end my turn.